Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft Sky Factory. If you've noticed, I made a little bit of changes, and by that I mean a lot. So, I did the thing, I made the porcelain clay with the bone white, using the bone meal that I got from the bone white chicken, that I had. So essentially the bone white chicken spawned when I put in the grass for the animal farm, and then I just got a little bit chicken crazy, which you'll see in a little bit. But anyways, so let me see. I made a cobblestone generator. It's simple. All I do is once I made the crucible, you know, with the clay and then the bone meal, porcelain clay, did a seven like that. And then I was able to get the crucible, fire it up, and we're good. So right now I have 4,000 lava, but all I did was grab a clay bucket, have two clay buckets, one filled with water, one filled with that, and then I just put glass, surrounded it in cobblestone, did the other two sections in cobblestone. So there we go. Now what I've done with the actual cobblestone generator is that I put a chest on it so it can go like that. And I've also compressed the blocks so then we actually have more space. Since it's only in the top 3 here, I want to fill this up with compressed cobblestone so we can have that all nice and ready, especially when we upgrade it. So secondly, you may see this. So I actually started farming because I found out that we actually need to enchant a sieve. Which is somewhere here. It's somewhere there. Yeah, enchant a sieve mesh. So we're gonna be doing that. And then let me see. I planted dirt here so I can start the beginnings of a farm and use these in order to make a bookshelf and a couple book casings so we can have that all nice and ready. Secondly, what I've done is, if you can see, I've become a little bit crazy when it came to chickens. So essentially I started down with just these 2 sets of chicken of bone white and logs, because those just spawn naturally. And what I've done is that I've actually breeded them to the point where they're all 10-10 chickens. So they're all master level, and then I just had to breed them. So right now I have about 18. So I'm about 2 away from progressing into the 20 chicken mark, which actually gives you an achievement. And then if you see, I put all the reject chickens all in one little corner, and now there's 4 little circles of rotating colors, which brings down my frames a lot and brings a lot of clucking, which is why I actually put the sound muffler in order for it to not be so loud, and it's still a little bit loud. So there's nothing I could really do about that. So let me show you my chickens. I have the yellow chicken, the sand chicken, I have the bone white chicken, the redstone chicken, the log chicken, the lapis blue chicken, the coal chicken, the iron chicken, the snowball chicken, flint chicken, clay chicken, red chicken, gunpowder chicken, gold chicken, water chicken, silicon chicken, graphite string, and ink black. So I have every one of these up here, all nicely organized. And if you noticed, why the new farm that I made, that's so then I could actually farm wheat and actually be successful when it came down to wheat, because this actually takes a long time. So what I did is that the chickens drop manure, and whenever, here, let me show you on the crafting table. So essentially you grab manure and then you grab it. So essentially you grab this manure, you go like that, and then put an actual dirt block there, and it'll make it into fertilized dirt, which is right here. Now the fertilized dirt is cool because it actually acts like a early on growth pulser. where it just makes everything grow super fast, which is good because I need the wheat in order to make the nesting pens. Because the nesting pens are 3 hay bales. It's 3 hay bales to make this, and then it's this surrounded by wood. So it's like the crafting recipe is essentially like this. I need to make one more block. Lol. Okay, so the crafting recipe is essentially this, with the egg nest in the center. That comes from grabbing the wheat like this, compressing it down into blocks, and then doing a 3 by 3 like that. You get an egg nest, and then you surround it in wood, and you get a nesting pen. There you go. It's a very simple little process there, but it required a lot of wheat, so I've one by one replaced the dirt into fertilized dirt, and then I'm actually making another farm for magical crops or whatever it's called now. On the other side, I just need to make a little way to like work around it. So it's already set up for the actual seeds. And if you notice what's going on there and what's going on there. So the cool thing there is that I've actually set up a whole, not a whole, but I would say I set up a 3rd layer because I died a lot because my shift didn't work for whatever reason, and I just died. And I just kept on dying. So I created a little elevator there and a little drop point there so I can just drop and land in that pool. And I'll be good. If you notice, I also have a 2nd layer to my base. That is actually the experimentation layer. Sorry about that weird cut. I just had to yawn and I didn't want it to be on audio. So if you noticed, I have the ink farm here. So this is where I got the original ink black. So you have your squids. They're just swimming, having a good time. And then after that, they drop. And then they die. Now, this is cool because this is a nice way to get ink. And then it also gets me loot bags, which is also very, very nice. Anyway, let's get away from their dying sounds. So what I have here is that I've set up all the tinker stuff. It's really easy to make. Okay, so it's really easy. The crafting station we've already seen. The stencil table is just a wood plank over a blank pattern, which a blank pattern is just made with 2 sticks and then 2 planks. And then for the actual, what is it called? There's a lot of stencil tables. For the part builder, it's really simple. You just get wood and then you put it over a blank pattern. For the pattern chest, this is the part chest, sorry. For the tool station, it's really easy. It's just that over a crafting table. We haven't made a tool forge yet, but I'm actually making my way to that. And then where is the little pattern chest? Did I skip past it? Yep, there it is. So it's just a pattern over a chest. It's really simple. So I believe that's everything from Tinker's Construct you need to know about. I am working towards a smeltery, which is just grout, which is made like that. Speaking of which, that's just a couple of things that I want to do today. Oh yes, let me show you the loot bags. So essentially, I've gotten loot bags from the spawning of squids, and from that I was able to get an ender pearl, a black quartz sword, and all this stuff. And I even got an iron an iron bucket, and then I was also able to get something even more important: ender pearls. So ender pearls are good because they essentially allow me to, if I just go up real quick, they essentially allow me to make the vacuum hoppers, which I'm going to need if I'm going to create a mob farm. So the mob farm I'm actually working on is a little bit different from your typical one, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have mob fans all upon the corners, so it actually pushes the mobs forward. And it's essentially automatically killing them. but not dropping their experience, just dropping their drops, and then you obviously have the vacuum hopper. So it's a little bit different from what I'm used to, because I'm used to building normal mob farms, but it's going to be interesting. Anyways, so let me show you about the chickens again, because I just forgot to show you guys something. So each chicken drops different things. So like a 10-10-10 chicken will drop the string chicken eggs. I mean, they'll drop their respective eggs. That will be 10-10-10. And then the feathers, the chicken manure, as I stated previously, can be used to create fertile dirt. And then they just drop their respective things. So like, if I have the string chicken, it'll drop down string and all the stuff whenever I right click it. Graphite will drop down graphite. Water will drop down little eggs that create water. This will drop down snow. This will drop down coal, etc., etc., etc. So the most important ones so far are definitely iron and gold. Iron, gold, silicon, and graphite, because we're going to need graphite whenever we get into big reactors in order to create all the individual things. Well, anyways, what I might do is that now that I've introduced you to the base, I might actually show you the crafting recipes in order to make everything, and then just snap to the point where I'm actually done. And if you want, tell me if you like the snapping technique, or if you want to do like more fast forwarding and just do a montage like that, because I can do that. I just feel like it's cheaping out on footage and it's not showing you what you guys actually want to see. Also, I forgot to make another mention that I do have wolves. They were one of the things that spawned, and they actually killed the sheep. So that's why we have 5 mutton, because they just killed the sheep. So here, let me show you how to make the mob fan. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you how to make the mob fam. Oh yeah, you're my fam. You know, man, you're my fam. So the mob fam is made by that. Sorry, I'm speaking weird. I don't know. So that pushes mobs and makes it like that. So it's really easy since we have the redstone chicken, the iron chicken, and then the stone. All we have to do is cook it up. So that makes things a lot easier. Iron spikes, I didn't. So we can actually make this, which is very interesting, because I didn't plan to have iron this early on. It's just that the iron chicken actually spawns a lot. So now that we have the lava all set up here, now all we need to do is bring the little crucible down here. Also, I'm really sorry about the whole chicken thing. I did have a recording planned, but apparently it just didn't set to, it just didn't record. I set it to record and it's like, nah, let's not do that today. We'll wait another day. So that was just a fun little experience to have. So we just want to grab, where's iron? We just want to grab some of you, and now we have as much iron as we need. So now we just want to go like that. There we go, we have 14 blocks. So, I think that's a little overkill, but either way, we're gonna need it to make the spikes. So that's good. After that, I'll start working on some machines. I'm gonna make some auto crafters, so then we can automatically have our gold and stuff, as well as other things being created. I especially want to get done the crops, the magical crops, as I said previously, and that's just going to take a very long time. So I want to get that started now, just like I did with the chickens. So all I need to do to get more chickens is that I should just need to breed. The only beginning one I need is the cactus green, which I can't really get because there is no cactus, or I haven't gotten a cactus so far. Oh, I remember the thing I was going to make. I was going to make a smeltery. That too. So the smeltery, it should be on its way. I just need to make more clay, or grab more clay, because it's already made, and then I just need to grab sand from the sand chicken, and then I just need to ground down dirt into gravel. I mean, not dirt into gravel, cobblestone into gravel. And then that's all I really have planned today, is to make the mob farm, so then it's all good to go, and it's automatically killing things. Transfer. Let's make it transfer, make a vacuum hopper, and then make a little smeltery. So here, if you want, I can actually snap to when I'm done. As I said, I only get one of them per episode, so that's gonna be. So I mean, I haven't used it yet, so I mean that's good. I just wonder how am I gonna use the snaps for the other episodes. I'll show you. I'll snap to when I'm actually killing the mobs, and the mobs are actually being killed, and the experience is being dealt. And I'll just show you the vacuum hoppers and everything that's within the building process. So I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone. So as I said before, I was gonna do the mob farm. Unfortunately, I didn't really get to it. Instead, what I did is that I actually focused on automating everything for the chickens, which took a long time to figure out which method would work. Eventually, I came down to this. So like the other method that I did, I spent like 5 hours on, and it was just a bust. As you can tell, there's some tiredness in my voice. So what I did is that I created some transfer nodes, made a whole bunch of transfer nodes, I made a whole bunch of transfer pipes. I connected it to the backs of this, put a little bit of speed upgrades, which I'll show you how to make them in a little bit. They're a little bit of a pain to make. And then essentially the whole system is that it goes through here. Whatever it is, pipes in through here, where it gets transferred into here, which has another 4, where it'll go through a filter that has all the eggs and manure and feathers on that side, and on that side has the other eggs, so that way it cancels out all possible egg combinations, and then puts it all here, so it's just all material. And I've done that on 3 sides to make sure it doesn't become congested. And in the future, I'll replace it with an ender chest, with 3 ender chests, in order to improve it and be able to just access these materials at any time. So yeah, what do you think about this setup? I think it's really nice. Sorry for if you notice there's an absence in gold and redstone, that's because these upgrades took a lot of gold and took a lot of redstone. But I'm rather proud of this little system, especially for something that's only episode 2. I spent a long time. I spent about like 24 just on the chickens alone, like a whole entire day doing them. Okay, so let me go down and show you what I did there, and then I'll do one last cut, and I think that's going to be the last of the cutting I might do, because like a major structural changes, and then in the structure of my house, because it's just becoming too time consuming, and especially if I have something else planned, like work or something, it just doesn't fit into my schedule. So that's going to be the last of like the big skip days. But if you notice, what I've done is that let me go over here. So I've crafted one of these, which are a resonator, which you need in order to create like Watermills or something like that generate larger amounts of grid power. So it's just like that. You just redstone, coal, iron, and then you just make this little glass cutter right here. You combine it with an actual ender pearl, and then surround that in redstone in a Z fashion, and then just create that. The only thing is that it does require grid power to actually create it. So first, I had to create these, which these are solar panels. Now these are really easy to make. I believe those were just lapis lazuli, redstone essentially. So it's not the advanced ones like solar panel 1 or anything, or solar panel upgrade or anything. They are, where is it? I just had it. Oh. Let me see. Yeah, solar panel. So it should be there. Did I do it wrong? Yeah, so it shouldn't be that. There you go. This one, so it's just that polished stone, which is just keep on combining stone and a 4x4 until it gets to polished stone. And then once you do that, you do the lapis lazuli, grab another ender shard and go like that. So another thing I wanted to mention is that the things that I got from, because if you notice, squids have been dying here. So since the squids have been dying, I've been collecting loot bags, and these are just some of the things I've collected from it. And some of them are from actual farms and stuff like that, but majority of the stuff inside the chest is not. And this I got chance cubes. So I don't remember. So I got 2 chance cubes. I don't remember what the other block gave me. This Cluckington, which has, I believe, haste, and it had a mini zombie riding on it. So, but that's good. Now we have a block of diamonds. So if we want to create diamond seeds, if we get there, we can do that. Which that's my another adventure. Which, I don't even want to do that this episode. I might just build the base and just focus on that next episode because I cannot. Like, I'm sorry, the base building and stuff, like the mob farm and then the actual farm might be the last things I might do as base renovations, just to do off cam, just because it takes so much out of me. So if you notice, so once I created the solar panels, I was able to create that, which in turn, I was able to create the watermill, which is rye. I wish you could find out the recipe by looking at it, which is just grabbing some of these, which is just putting the polished stone. Once again, you just combine stone, not cobblestone, stone, in a 4x4 until you get polished stone. You put it inside the resonator. It requires 8 GP, and then it cooks whatever you need to do. It makes that resonator. This is really easy. It's just a block surrounded by redstone torches, which is just a stick and a redstone. You can have it play my. And then once again, resonating redstone crystal, which is just the ender shard and that. So I made a bunch of those over here, just so then we can generate GP. And now I have a massive amount. Well, I shouldn't say massive, but yeah, I have 132. But the thing is, I'm using 87 due to all the speed upgrades. Because the speed upgrades use 1 GP per thing, essentially. So that's good. So we have like 10, 11. I know they can get like 15 or something, but I just don't want to go through the trouble of removing this and remaking it. So yeah. So there's my killing farm. Now you might be wondering what is this and what is that? So essentially what it is that I got the cobblestone generators that I made in the previous episode. I made 9 of them. Never mind, I made 12 of them. And then I just put them into here so we can start, which is just an analog crafter. So it's like an auto crafter, but it takes a little bit more work to get up and running. And it was a lever. Here, if I can remember the recipe, it was a lever, a chest, and a crafting table. Like all just like that. 1, 2, 3. But anyways, so it's getting the cobble from here. It's putting it into here where it's being spread evenly, where it's being compressed. Double compressed. Triple compressed. Quadruple compressed. And there you go. And then you have to stop the process there. So now we're good. Everything's being compressed. And we're essentially working our way to the octuple, which as you saw earlier, we're at a quintuple. So we're very, very close. we're very, very close to making that achievement come true. Secondly, I put the cobblestone generators next to the lava and made tanks, which these tanks are very easy to make. They're called Singularity. The only thing is that they don't stack next to each other because they're from mob grinding. They're not from like any single tank holding mod. So here, yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's just glass, iron, so on and so forth. So that's good. We got everything covered there. I explained the process of that. Oh yes. So the cool thing is that once I made that, I made a little transfer nodes for liquids. I made 2 of them. I made technically 4 because the recipe calls for 4. Put on the transfer pipes, put in the singularity, and put it into this. Now this at first was easy, but stacking them up because before you used to be able to like put a lot more in it, and it used to not bug out. But now, if you notice, I'm at max capacity. I can't even cook these because I just have so much stuff. So that's always fun. So right now I'm just trying to make it out of all glass, which is what this setup is over here. Once I get a good process of clay, sand, and gravel up and going, it essentially puts that in there, makes whatever the recipe there, cooks like the grout that's made in here, puts it into here, which cooks it until it becomes seared brick. And once it becomes seared brick, it goes into the glass and becomes seared glass. Now, the wonderful thing about this is that I've also done a similar thing on this side, so all you need to do is just put the sand in when it's ready. It just slides in here, cooks it, and then puts it in here for the same process of just making seared glass. So that's an automated process that we can do once we get the crusher. We can actually set it to have all the gravel, sand, and then I'll just put my excess clay in there, and then we don't have to worry about making seared glass. Because technically, even though it's probably not an achievement to make a seared glass tower all the way up, that's something I want to do, or at least do to my base level. At least 30 levels. I don't want to do the whole 200 because that would be a little bit insane. Oh yes, I've created a bookshelf, like an enchanting place, so that I can actually enchant my sieve, because it is required for an achievement. I'm ready to go to the nether. I just need to make sure I have all the tools ready, get a jetpack, and then I need to craft some energy, which I'm actually looking into furnaces, a furnace generator to do, because the furnace generators, all they require is coal. Very easy, very clean. Well, not good for the environment, but you know what I mean. And I want to get started on magical crops. So there's a lot of stuff I need to get done, and a lot of it I do have the materials for. Like, I can make a jetpack nice and easy now that I have that. Now I can't make the higher tier ones because they require chickens that breed with like diamond and hell spawn things, and yeah, which let me show you the process to make a diamond chicken. Because I was like, I want a diamond chicken. Diamond chicken actually requires let me do chickens at the chickens mod. So for diamond, if I can find it again, there you go. It requires gold and then glass, but the glass is nether quartz. So I have everything ready. I just need the actual nether quartz chicken, so I can make that. And I can make a nether wart, if anything. I believe nether wart. Yeah, I can't make nether wart, but I need to make glowstone, so I can get the glowstone and ender pearl. And then, oh yeah, I do need the nether wart too, with the diamond to make the ender pearl. Huh. So the problem that I'm having, by the way, with the cocoa brown chicken is that it requires cactus greens, and I haven't found a cactus at all. Because then I would make a cactus green chicken, and we'll be set. We'll be good. So then I can just breed the actual whatever it was. I already forgot. So I can breed the netherwort chicken once I get glowstone, which glowstone is just an entire process of breeding and stuff that's annoying and takes forever. Especially, but it's all organized now, so now I have the spaces there, and I'm gonna have to expand it out a little bit more. This is my little chiclet corner. That's chicken corner where that's just where they essentially breed, and then once the chicken is done, then I take out the parents, leave the children in there for them to grow up, and then put them in one of these hens. Now this is actually something I'm gonna have fun with once I get into mob drops, because I just want to kill all these chickens because they're all my access chickens. And if you noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but my frames dropped tremendously now. That first started off at a joke, as a waste, and now it's actually affecting my performance. So I want to get rid of them as soon as I can, and I might do that essentially I say that a lot. I want to get rid of them using the actual iron spikes, because A, it will drop their XP, B, it will give me a lot of infirmium or whatever it's called in order to make the first plant seeds. So I am going to do that on camera. So I'm going to create the mob farm and then actually use that on them. And that'll be a fun little process. I'm sorry for the huge cut. It's it's about 30 days, I believe, in between the last cut, which sucks. Just because it took me such a long time to try to figure out how to use the thing. And especially with the chickens, look. All of that was just connected from there. It was all connected into one thing, into here, and then I had chests here. And it didn't work out. But you live and you learn, and that's the only way to learn. So anyways, I'm gonna go probably take a nap. I've been at this for a while. No, but yeah, if you ever get Sky Factory, be careful with breeding. Don't get obsessed about breeding things early on. Wait a little bit, because that's what I did, and now it does make you OP early on, but it's still just so annoying to do. So that's recommended for people that are watching this. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm literally delusional because I'm talking and laughing at the same time, even though there's nothing funny. I need to get some sleep. Anyways, I'm sorry. Have a fun one. Bye.